everyone, it's Kathy and you're back here on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today we're going to do another installment and I didn't know I needed to know that. I know that I've got new people and some people may not know that when you buy a Stampin' Up ink pad like this, you can also get the refill, and a refill will last you a really good long time. The ink pads will dry out over time of using, air, heat, cool, whatever getting to them, and they will need to be re-inked. I'm going to bring y'all in a little bit closer. I thought it would be a really good idea to maybe show y'all how to re-ink a pad. The first thing you want to do when you get your when you take your ink out of wherever you store it is you want to give it a really good shake. Just really shake it good. That way you know that it's well mixed and you're getting a good full coverage. Also, it helps if you have something flat like I use this expired credit card. It works great for me. I also make sure that I have a wipe, so if I make a mess I can kind of clean it up. So this is just my little alcohol wipes that I make using some regular wipes and a bottle of just rubbing alcohol. So anyway, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just go back and forth over my ink pad just in little swirly motions, and then I'm going to do the same thing in the other direction, and then again like this. Make a few swirls and you can see the ink is coming out, but it's also distributing into that ink pad. So I'm going to stop right there. This is where my card comes in, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to scrape it back and forth. What I'm doing is I'm just wanting to get that ink down into that ink pad. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. And I'm going to do this one more time. Sometimes it can be a little intimidating to some people to do things like this, but this is a necessity if you use your ink pad a lot, or if you had it for a while. They can dry out, and re-inking them is the solution to that problem. So never be afraid to re-ink. And you always want to make sure you're using the same color ink that your ink pad was. And just get that pushed down in there really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and test it. So I stamped earlier a flower, and we're going to do the same flower again. And I just want to see what it looks like now that I've re-inked it. It looks a little bit more vibrant. Now this is a nice soft pastel color, so you're not going to get a really dark image like you would if you were using a navy blue or Pacific Point or any, one of the darker colors. But I think we got this re-inked. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more. And the re-inkers are fairly economical. They're like $3.75, and you can re-ink quite a few times out of this little bottle. So it's really a great way to keep your ink pads nice and juicy for a small amount of money. And sometimes you want to just go in and push the ink that has kind of squished out to the outside, squish it into the middle just by using a credit card. You could use a plastic spoon, anything that you can pull that ink in with. Alright, let's try that again and see what we get. think we've got a really nice image now. Just seems to be a little bit darker than the first one. But the ink dries, and it does change color a little bit as it dries, but I love that. So that's how you ink up your pads. So hope that was helpful. I hope that this would be a tip that would come in handy for a lot of you that maybe didn't know how to re-ink your pads. So thank you so much for tuning in. As I always say in closing, let everything you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.